Hello friends, Tanya here, and today I'm participating in the Trinity Stamps June release video hop. We're going to start out with the Shimmer School cut and foil, and I want to make a beautiful watery background. I'm going to use some Distress Oxide and Distress Spray Stain to make a very quick background. I'm using both oxide and regular Distress ink sprays in Salvage Patina and Twisted Citron. And I'm just going to spritz and layer these, drying between different layers to get a great aquatic look. I want to share a little bit about this blog hop with you. It is Trinity Stamp's 5th birthday, and there are a ton of gorgeous products in this release. I hope you take the time to hop all the way through the video hop and check out the Instagram hop, where you're going to see so many great examples of projects made using these different products. There is a way to win one of two $25 gift certificates for the Trinity Stamps shop, and I'll have some information about that in the description box below and also at the end of the video. Now we're going to get down to some of the stamps and stencils. We're going to use Jellyfish Wish stamp set, die, and coordinating stencil. Here I'm taking the largest of the jellyfish, and I've stamped that using some black ink. I think this was Hero Arts Intense Black ink. And now we're going to stencil the different layers on this jellyfish. I love that there are so many awesome layers on this jellyfish. It makes it look so translucent and colorful in all of the best ways. If you've ever gone to an aquarium and looked at the jellyfish there, they are absolutely mesmerizing. I just love to watch them float and move through the tanks at the aquariums. And I have run into some jellyfish while I was snorkeling and had some stinging sensation, but they were little and I didn't mind. It was not that big a deal. And these days, we're wearing rash guards more than sunscreen. So if you have that barrier between you and the water, you're not going to get the stings from the little tiny jellyfish. I have used the same colors that I used on the background. No, actually I didn't. This is tumbled glass, shaded lilac, and cracked pistachio. And I will be using those in the Distress inks and in the Distress oxides also. And you can see that these layer up in some fun, creative ways. I did die cut our jellyfish, and now I'm going to take some liquid pixie dust to color over the top of the inking. I want to make some areas of this jellyfish very shimmery. I think that's totally appropriate. Now the school of fish that is on this gorgeous background, I did that with the big foil plate, and it is a very large plate. The piece of cardstock I have here is 8.5 by 5.5 inches. You can see that shimmer on that cute little jellyfish there. And I foiled that background with some prism foil. It really mimics the look of a school of fish in the ocean. I have gone snorkeling many times, and I can tell you that I have seen shimmering silver fish in a large school many times. It is just gorgeous. Now we're going to take some of those smaller jellyfish from the Jellyfish Wish stamp set, and we're going to use some clear embossing ink to stamp them all over the upper portion of this cardstock. I want them to be a background element, but I also want you to be able to see that they are there. So I'm going to use my favorite embossing powder with this, and you'll get to see that here in a minute. There are 6 additional little shadow silhouette jellyfish, and we're going to use some white satin pearl embossing powder to create the definition that I want, but to keep it as subtle and in tune with the rest of this project. Just going to heat those and let that embossing powder do its magic. And you can see that it picks up the color that is behind the embossing ink. I love that there are several different positions that these jellyfish are in, and they're going to make an awesome backdrop for that large detailed jellyfish. Next, I took out the A7 Modern Embossed Edge Layering dies, and I die cut the 4.5 by 6.5 inch version because, of course, I'm going to make a 5 by 7 card. I almost feel like there isn't any other size of card. We'll adhere this down. I did put an extra layer of cardstock behind that main part. Then the same with this jellyfish. And I'm adhering all of that down. Now I haven't put a sentiment there, and now it's time to add some fun to the inside of the card. Now I'm taking all of those little silhouette jellyfish and adding them along the inside edge of the card. I love to bring the inside in to match the front of the card, and I'm just using the Distress Oxide ink colors that we used to add some detail to our main jellyfish on the front of the card. Just alternating the colors and the style of jellyfish all the way up and down that side of the card. Distress Oxide inks do a very good job of stamping, while the plain Distress inks are better for things like ink blending and stenciling. I did find that if you added a different color other than the main body, it created a very nice contrast on our little jellyfish. I think I used the tumbled glass on the cracked pistachio, and I alternated the purple and the blue with each other. Now I did smudge this a little bit, and this is one of the greatest little secrets for getting rid of them. Just use a little sanding block to sand off the paper that has the smudge on it, and you will never know. Next, I'm taking one of the sentiments from the Jellyfish Wish stamp set. It says, "Make a wish on a jellyfish." And, excuse me. And now I'm going to ink blend with the Distress inks over the top of the jellyfish and part of the sentiment. This again brings the feel of the outside of the card to the inside. And I started out with the tumbled glass. I happen to have a large, regular sized stamp pad of the tumbled glass. I don't of the cracked pistachio, but I did find a bigger blending brush. I used the Trinity Stamps Blending Buddy for the tumbled glass because I happen to have a blending buddy for that. And you just saw me spread out an enormous quantity of different embellishments from the newest release of embellishments from Trinity Stamps. And you can see that there are a ton of these beautiful confetti sequins that would coordinate with this background. I'm just showing you what I was considering to use to add some little extra bling on the front of this card. Although I will say, with all of the stuff going on, you could skip adding another embellishment, but I have them, so why wouldn't I use them? I'm not going to show you every single one of these because there's a few that I don't think were in the consideration for this card. And I did end up settling on one of those. I'm just showing you that the envelopes are what the design team gets our embellishments in, but they still come in the handy little containers when you order them from Trinity yourself. I'm adding the Seafoam confetti embellishments, and that is what they look like on the card. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and leave me a comment. That is actually one of the things you need to do to participate in the chance to get a gift card, and it's two $50 gift cards. Check that description box below for the rest of those details, and there is a cute little stamp and die set that you can earn if you order on Trinity Stamp's website and place an order of $100 or more. Here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Check that description box for links and the next video. Until next time, bye-bye.